It's quiz time.
Quiz time.
How'd everyone do?
I don't know.
We were on vacation for 2 weeks, so hope you'll do better.
Not sure I did very well. Okay.
Okay, here's the first question. How do you deal with emotions in financial decision making?
Okay, we talked about this, so the easy answer is to take them out as much as possible. Obviously, a financial plan that has already addressed what you're going to do in certain situations, such as what if you lose your job, what if you have a health emergency, etc., will help you with dealing with financial decisions under emotional stress. But also, try to get yourself away from it either by taking more time, sleeping on it, obviously. Also, try to write things down. Writing things down tends to be less emotional than verbalizing it or just going ahead mentally trying to get through the situation. Take the emotions out as best you can. You make better decisions. Good.
Okay, the next question is, what is the Baltic Dry Index?
The BDI, yes, BDI. The Baltic Dry Index. So it was falling off a cliff if last we looked. So we can go to the iPad here. I've got the Baltic Dry Index brought up. As you can see, the index was falling off a cliff, and it's rebounded slightly, so that's a good sign for the global economy. It basically measures commerce in shipping containers, and they're shipping basically commodities globally. So it's basically a look at the status of the global economy and how much trade's going on. So it's a good indicator and something you should be watching, especially when it's falling off a cliff like that.
Which is starting to come back.
Starting to come back a little bit. That's a good sign.
Yeah. Okay, next question is, what is the difference in the EU bank stress test versus the US bank stress test?
Lots of stress in that.
Lots of
stress, yeah. So the EU did have their bank stress test. 7 banks failed. I think it was 7. Was it 9? I forget.
7 to 9.
Yeah, it's a very small number. Of the 91 banks that were tested, failed. But nobody had to really readdress the capital issues and so on. So it was okay. Most people felt it was okay. The problem with it is there are a lot of professionals that felt that it wasn't a good enough test. In other words, they didn't stress the banks enough.
It was an unstressful test.
It was an unstressful test, which is a problem because you want to know if those banks are solid or not. So whether we believe the test or not is a good question. The difference between the EU test and the US test is the EU test, of course, they have multiple countries involved and multiple banking systems. And of course, the United States just is one country with 50 different states. The European Union is
a lot of sovereign countries.
A lot of sovereign nations, yeah.
Get along.
Yeah, well,
or
they might not get along. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Okay. The next question is, why is evidence important when trying to understand what's going on?
Well, evidence is crucial, obviously. Just ask Shirley Sherrod. The evidence she had was the entire video, and when you watch the entire video, it was clear that the clip that one person had put out on a blog somewhere
was completely opposite.
Well, yeah, it was just a really bad edited clip that made her look really bad. And so anyway, evidence is crucial to you understanding what's going on. You're looking for data. One of the reasons I suggest the Beige book, I suggest the Federal Reserve testimony of Ben Bernanke and so on, I want you to actually read the Beige book. What I don't want you to do is accept anyone's opinion of what the Beige book said. Putting filters between you and evidence leads to mistakes. So don't read the article in the local paper about what somebody said about the economy. That's their opinion. Read the Beige book about what the Federal Reserve actually said about the Federal Reserve economic policy, and then you'll get first-hand information, and that's first-hand evidence, and evidence ends argument.
So we're basically helping to point you in the right direction, and then you do with the research.
Yeah, I don't want you to believe me either. I want you to do the research for yourself. Don't blanketly believe me or her. Her more than me, but don't believe us either. Go do your own research.
Okay, how about this week's quiz? What do you have for us?
Couple easy questions. 1, why is the Beige book and the chairman of the Federal Reserve a good source of information? 2, what is the new normal according to Bill Gross? That's a good question. Now be thinking about that one. And 3, what are some questions that you should ask yourself when thinking critically? So those are 3 easy questions for next week.
Good.
Yeah, do a little research on Bill Gross. You'll find him to be quite an interesting person. So check those out, and we'll look at them again next week.
Good luck.